Greetings, folks. Nice to see you again. My name is Dustin Cormier, and welcome to How to Rock Astrology. Today, we are going to be learning a little bit from our book, Erotic Astrology, The Sex Secrets of Your Horoscope Revealed by Phyllis Vega, on Sun in Taurus, Mars in Leo. And just so you guys can see, I like to do this little intro. If you want to see more of me, visit dustincormier.net, where you can find my new book, where I talk about psychedelics and erotica and stuff. And this is a little glimpse of the main figures in my chart, just so that you know the nature of the person who's giving you this information, which is something I always recommend. I always say that, knowledge is like stands on its own 2 feet, but it's nice for you to know the nature of the legs of that knowledge is standing on. And that's why I always love to show a bit of my own chart. I'm a Scorpio, Sagittarius moon. My Mars is in Scorpio with my sun. So I like that sexy, juicy stuff, and that's what I try to often bring in these readings. Now, today we have Sun in Taurus, Mars in Leo. Now, we've already talked a little bit about how Mars in Leo is a fixed sign, and it's very close to its debilitation point. You might have read that from our last video. For more on just the nature of Mars in Leo, feel free to check out that video. Mars in Leo is very close to Cancer. Cancer is the debilitation point of Leo. So this Mars always expresses itself best when it's closer to Capricorn, because then it doesn't depend on anything for its vitalness. It's got a drivenness of Saturn that says, it's the nature of discipline to cultivate from within itself this discipline, this ambition, this fiery, passionate, ardent desire to get what I want in life. The closer Mars is to Capricorn, that is just a nature that's coming of its own accord. When Mars is closer to Cancer, like it is with Mars and Leo here, it wavers. The nature of the moon is to waver. This person feels energized when they are vitalized, when they have other people embellishing their ego, when they can perform well, when they can do a stellar performance, and they like to concentrate in a laser beam like the sun, like the fixed nature of Leo. They like to concentrate and can manipulate and control their energy to one focused point and to win it, and they really put a lot of pressure on themselves in these chink, chink, chink points of their vital energy, hoping that these will come through in order to get them where they want to go in life. Because Mars is the general of the sun. It's the connector. It's the tool that the sun uses to get what the sun wants. Here with the sun in Taurus, the sun is close to its exaltation point in Taurus, actually, which is a good thing. It's right next door to Aries, which means that the sun in Taurus, it's not the best friends with Venus, the sun. It's actually, Venus is an enemy to the sun. So dignity-wise, it's kind of meh, but it's still very close to Aries. So this is a good place for the sun. There's a double fixed nature here from the sun in Taurus and Mars in Leo. And this might make somebody lean very hard on their lovers, on the people that are close to them, on their friends, and on their relationships, on all the relationships that they have. Because the sun in Taurus, it kind of leans on the feeling of those close to them, of those immediately close to them, and also on their own resources. The sun in Taurus knows its own resources, knows its limits, knows what it can do to help people, and it's very useful to people typically, because they don't like to give the false feeling that they're doing what people want. They're not just putting on a face. Like the sun in Libra is debilitated, and it puts on a face of what it thinks people wants, and it loses the sense of its own spirit of what it wants. With Taurus, the sun does do for other people what the person thinks other people want, but it's for connecting its own spine. It wants to be known for helping people, giving people what they want, but it's for their own spiritual good, not for others, if that makes sense. So the sun in Taurus here can be stubborn, especially with Mars and Leo. It can fixate deeply on having certain people close to it that help it to get where it wants to be. The sun here in Taurus really wants to have a rich, sensual life and rich, close, sentimental experiences with friends, with its career, with its hobbies, etc. And the Mars in Leo kind of adds a bit of egotism to this. Mars in Taurus, the sun in Taurus, is not necessarily egotistical. Although with a sign like with Mars in Leo, it's energized by a certain egotism, which can be very sexy, actually. You know, it's like this is the kind of person who rolls their shoulders back and always has a show, always puts a show of being savvy on. If they're not feeling 100% like at their best, then you might not see them. They might just disappear. And when they are feeling their best, like, oh man, I'm in a good place tonight. I'm going to go and wear my sunglasses and we'll put on my best clothes. And I'm going to wow everybody. And when everyone sees them, it's like, oh, wow. It's just that they'll disappear if they aren't feeling at their best. Although the sun in Taurus helps the sun in Taurus will reduce Mars and Leo's need to disappear. The Taurus is solid, reliable. It doesn't necessarily need to look good to everybody in order to do its job. It's going to keep plodding along no matter what. But it is energized when it has affection, when it has devotion, and when people are feeding its ego in a positive way, hopefully a constructive way. So that was my personal rendition. Let's check out what we can read from Erotic Astrology, your sex secrets of your horoscope revealed by Phyllis Vega. Sun in Taurus, Mars in Leo. Sensual and strongly sexed, your deep-seated need for love and affection makes you an ardent and passionate lover. Physical intimacy and demonstrations of love make you feel totally alive. Physical, earthy Venus here is a ground, and it's something that actually vitalizes this person's soul, makes them inspired to keep going forward. It's a value that they deeply have. And the Mars in Leo here is like, it's like they want to channel their sensual affections and being the feeling of being loved by people through the egotism of Mars in Leo. Not necessarily egotism, but the passion for being loved at like an ego level. I got to be careful with the word ego. I don't take it as bad as a lot of new agey people do. Depends on how you use the word, but when I say, like, what I mean here is to have the feeling of others enjoying your personality. This person loves to feel like others are enjoying their sort of swagger and this confidence that they have. But it's for the sake of Taurus's desire for physical intimacy and demonstrations of love. Taurus's earthy sensuality is imbued with Leo's flair for the dramatic, and you are not above strutting your stuff in the bedroom. A generous, considerate bedmate, you're concerned with pleasing your partner, and you're happy to cater to his or her wishes as long as you receive the same type of treatment in return. It's the type of person who might even feel like their purpose in life is to really rock someone's world and to make their lover smile. Not just a smile of security or happiness, but to to really get some like earth-shaking feeling like you just rocked your lover's world. The Leo, the Mars in Leo, loves to have the opportunity to perform and get that out. Tactile by nature, you regard lovemaking as a carnival of the senses during which you enjoy each and every ride. Juicy. So that was a good one, folks. There's a lot of beautiful sexual energy available in this combination. Not just sexual, but like vital, interpersonal, energizing energy. And it's a cool energy to be able to talk about. So I'm Dustin Cormier. Nice to see you, my Taurus, Mars, and Leo friend. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep your eyes out for more stuff. Dustin Cormier coming your way. Thanks for watching, folks.